Hello. Today I will be covering a cruiser that has been honestly requested from me for a long time, and I've been a bit lazy with doing this, even though I should have done this a while ago. For those that don't know, Atago is actually considered one of my strongest ships, in fact. Atago is the ship I play back when Omniflavius was playing team battles. Atago was the ship I played the absolute most. When we play clan wars, I play Atago. It's probably, I would consider it one of my strongest competitive ships. And the Atago is an incredibly strong ship, but it's also a ship that heavily scales with the skill of the captain. It has the unique capability of having self-healing, the only T8 cruiser capable of doing this. And that self-healing combined with your 40k HP, it can last you an incredibly long time if you use it wisely. On the other hand, you can also get deleted instantly in your Atago. All you need to do is show broadside to a battleship once, even some cruisers, and you will get instantly deleted in your Atago. So when I say it's a ship that scales with the captain, it very much, you can have incredible performances in the ship and you can get instantly deleted in the ship. That's why it's also considered quite a polarizing ship, because people who enjoy cruiser gameplay and such can enjoy it quite a bit and can have great success with it, and whereas people who buy the Atago hoping to just get a very simple and easy way of making money. Of course, it's premium, so you will probably make money regardless, but they're not used to how the ship works or how a high tier cruiser works, so they often get caught quite off guard. Now, first of all, what you saw me do there was shifting to the cap using the excellent stealth. The stealth on the Atago is of course another thing worth mentioning. It's insanely good. With Concealment Expert, the module, and the camo, you get your stealth down to 9.1 kilometers. And that means, of course, that you're close to DD levels of stealth. Once again, a reason why it's so useful in team battles and clan wars, because you are able to disengage and engage as you please. Now, I launched some torps. The torps are fantastic. It's the same torps as the Mogami, except you got better firing angles. You can shoot them steeper angled forward than you can on the Mogami. So I tried to get some torps off since I saw the Nuremberg was approaching this cap. Sadly, they had a Mayhem scouting, the Mayhem spotted me, and the Nuremberg slowed down, so my torps whiffed. And of course, I ate some damage, but thanks to the heal, it's not a big issue. I turn here because I know that the Nagata is behind the cliff, otherwise I would never make a turn. You should never ever show your broadside if your battleship spotted, unless you have, of course, the other circumstances. For example, you're simply forced to do that because of torpedoes, or you know that he's reloading and so forth. But in general, you should always avoid it. The only reason I did it there was because he was behind the island. So once again, launching torps, and I know that this guy has used his repair. I set to fire on him earlier, but it's obviously not on fire anymore, so I know he's used his repair, so I'm trying to see if I could get a fire going. Okay, Fubuki has taken over the cap. Of course, I start changing my course because there's a possibility he might have torped me, but those torps earlier were probably from him since the Mayhem isn't around anymore, or the Mayhem seems to have disengaged. Using my torps, gonna turn around and see if I can use the torps on the other side. Nice, I got a fire on the Nagata. Yeah, you can see the damage ticking up there. Of course, the guns, once again, they take some getting used to. Most are used to the cruisers rapidly firing guns. The Atago actually has a 16-second reload, which is one of the longest for any cruiser. It might even be the longest of all cruisers that reload. And that's once again one of the reasons why you kind of have to make every volley and every shot count. You can't just spam mindlessly, because if you do, you will quickly... Well, the long reload will make it very hard to actually accomplish anything. Fubuki obviously my torp scared him out. He knew what was coming, so he bailed. He used his repair, so another volley while he's still visible. 6 hits, massive damage, and 2 fires. That's another thing with the guns. Even though they have the long reload, you actually have an amazing fire chance of 18%, and when you slap on Demolition Expert as well, you boost that fire chance to 21%. So what happened there was I set 2 fires on a Fubuki that has used this repair. Even DDs are susceptible to fires, and that's something people often underestimate, because fires deal percentage damage, and 2 fires is a whole lot of percentage damage taken away from a DD, especially as the DDs rarely get any modules that reduce fire duration, because they have such a short duration or cooldown repair. But this Fubuki, I'm pretty sure he's screwed. I did so much damage in double fires, I'd be surprised if he gets out alive. Yep, there we go, burned him to death. So that's one of the things that Atago is, of course, well, Atago is great at everything, but that's one of the things it excels at, thanks to its great guns, and most of all its great concealment, that is ambushing enemy DDs and catching them by surprise. A cruiser popping up at 9 kilometers is a nightmare for any DD out there, especially when you think you're engaging an enemy. You think you're engaging an enemy DD, then an Atago pops up from stealth right behind him. That's why they're also considered so strong in clan wars and team battles. Now you saw I got spotted by Hydra there, so obviously I instantly turned away since I knew the Nuremberg would be waiting here. I want to angle. Nuremberg AP can easily wreck me. Of course, as I said earlier, the Atago HP can last you a long time, but it can also cut you very short if you give too much broadside. As soon as you give too much broadside and you start eating citadels, your HP pool will deplete painfully fast. Now, I can't go into this cap and I have to turn away because they're pushing through D. You see, I already switched to AP. Another thing with the ship is you can't just randomly switch ammo. You have to prepare plenty in advance. In this case, I prepared plenty in advance to use my AP. I stopped shooting entirely. I got undetected thanks to that. I was able to turn my broadside, able to get my AP volley off, launching both my torps at both the battleships, and I'm already turning away. My volley did about 10k damage on a citadel, instantly deleting the shores, and I'm already disengaging from the battle. I'm turning my guns back to the right hand side in case this Nuremberg is pushing, and I'm straight up disengaging because I don't want to be fighting either of those battleships. And thanks to my excellent stealth, I'm already gone. Oh god, but he has a spotter plane up. I'm turning more to the right. I'll launch torps even though I'm plane detected, just to discourage him from pushing in, because I don't want to be fighting multiple flanks at once. And I'm turning right because hopefully I will see the plane and be able to shoot it down. Oh, he popped Hydra. Oh, is his Hydra was still active or something? Oh, Mogami! Mogami is coming through from D. Now, of course, here's another thing I should point out: the speed on the ship. It's honestly quite good. At 35.5 knots, the speed is definitively no joke. When you pop a... Oh, I had to torp on one of the battleships. When you pop a speed flag on the ship, you can easily break 37 knots. So, speed is great. You might notice that I'm using AP here. First of all, I don't want this Mogami to be able to feel confident enough to turn and shoot full HE volleys at me, because if he does, he can do tremendous amounts of damage. The Mogami has quite bad firing angles, so if I can force AP to force him to basically just use his front 2 guns, that's perfect for me. And another thing you might notice, I'm aiming for his guns. I'm particularly targeting his guns, because I want to disable them. So using AP instead of HE there was twofold. One, to prevent him from going full broadside and launching those devastating massive Mogami volleys, and 2, to try to disable his guns. Nuremberg is popping up, so I'll save this one volley for the Nuremberg. I don't want the Nuremberg to feel confident pushing me either. I want them both afraid of showing that broadside to me. Oh god, he has so much HP. Showing the quick volley and turning away. I got a citadel, probably some good damage. Yep, chunked him very low. But now I'm being rushed by a Mayhem as well. So I switch back to HE. Honestly, their entire team is on me all the time. But with intelligent sailing, okay, I have to drop my speed, but I make sure I stay angled towards the ships behind me. But I drop my speed, so I can dodge the torps. Full HE volley for 7.4k. And my secondaries are opening up on him. I might have to finish him off myself if the fires and secondaries don't deal with him. No, got him with the fire. That's nice. Okay, Mogami and Nuremberg, but I'm undetected. I got behind a cliff. Now I'm not in any hurry. Let's switch to AP. drop the speed, launch some preemptive torps, and just wait. Once again, this ship, if you have to be able to, the ability to disengage and engage, and intelligent sailing can give you so much more staying power than you expect. Like here, most of the cruisers I would have died with, but here I patiently wait. I'm slowly gliding out. I'm letting my guns turn. Okay, I got spotted now, but my guns are already turned. My repair is ready, so if I get set on fire, I can repair it. Nice, double citadel, chunked him down extremely low. He's turning away. I have my heal up again, my last heal. Okay, he's turning away. That way I know he's probably not a large threat, so I deal with the bigger threat right now. I turn my back guns this way, and I quickly citadel the Nuremberg. And of course the Mogami has still had HE loaded, because he was shooting me with HE earlier. So because I saw that HE shell, I'm confident enough to turn my ship around, exposing that broadside. I stopped shooting though, because I'm 9.4 kilometers away. Remember, the concealment is 9.1, and I let myself disengage. I'm not in any hurry here, I have the advantage. He tries to blind fire me, misses. And now after he has fired, I fire. The reason why I waited after he fired was because I know his guns are reloading now. So of course I shoot, because this way I gain the advantage in the tempo. This is using my concealment to my advantage. I turn away because another battleship is popping up. So now that his guns are reloaded, mine are also reloaded again. Someone was greeting me, another volley on him. Almost dead, turning away, angling from his shells. Then I turn hard left again because I need to angle against the battleship shells as well. And of course I want to bring my guns to bear. See if I can finish this guy off. The key thing, the thing that the Atago teaches very well. Nice, that was Kraken as well. I got the kill, and now I'm gonna stop shooting and disengage because I don't want the North Carolina to wreck me. How many ships was that chasing me? Like at one time I had 5 ships shooting me, 2 battleships, 2 cruisers, and a DD. And with intelligent sailing you can just increase your survivability to absolutely incredible amounts if you play it intelligently. And this is why it's one of my go-to ships for team battles and clan battles, because it might look simple, but it's actually, I mean, the Atago is considered god tier if you play it well, but I mean, how many of us haven't seen the average potato Atago who sails up showing full broadside and then just gets deleted? There's quite a lot more over to it. They're already saying GG, but I don't think it's over yet. They still have quite a few ships left. Okay, let's see. Did he get set on fire? He got set on fire, but it disappeared. Okay, I know he's repaired now, so I'm just gonna keep sailing towards safety. I'm gonna wait patiently, because I know his repair is off. So now that I know that his repair is done, this is where I decide, okay, it's time to open up fire. Okay, I saw fire stick as well, so now I can shoot at him, because if I get, now a fire will stick and will kill him. So it's worth helping out my team here. And I'm also, of course, making sure I'm getting behind cover in case of anything bad happens. You saw I disappeared from vision before he even died, because I went behind this cliff. Using the terrain, like on all cruises, is something you should definitively do on the Atago. Regarding the plane spotting there earlier, of course, the AA on this ship is probably one of the biggest weaknesses on the ship. The AA is absolutely garbage. I'm pretty sure the Mogami has better AA, and Mogami AA is also garbage. So you kind of have to run defensive AA, because if you don't, you are too tempting of a target for a carrier otherwise. In general, carriers tend to go for Atagos every now and then. I know I go for Atagos because the average potato premium player doesn't even understand how to turn to torps or turn into torps or anything, so they just eat like easy drops. So definitely run defensive AA. You don't really need the Hydra that much, because you can rely on your friendly DDs to scout for you, hopefully. Another thing worth pointing out, you can stealth fire on the ship if you got the concealment expert captain. The stealth firing range is 15.2, so you saw as soon as I went to 15.1 I got spotted. So if you play it very, very carefully, you can abuse that range. Of course, it also has the advantage of if you can hide yourself against certain opponents that you want to stealth fire at, and the low distance allows you to remain undetected. So there's many intelligent ways you can utilize that small advantage. Okay, let's see if I could maybe pick a fight with these guys down here. Remember, always keep an eye on the minimap. Oh, plane spotted. That's dangerous. I was briefly plane spotted. I instantly turned. You saw a battleship popped up on the minimap. He popped up on the minimap before he popped up here, so I already turned preemptively. He shot over the hill, but his shells missed because I turned preemptively. That's why I meant you have to keep an eye on the minimap, because there's a bit of a delay in the drawing of the ships, meaning they pop up on the minimap before they pop up on your vision. So if you see suddenly a battleship turn red when you're detected, if you suddenly see him turn red somewhere in front of you, just turn away instantly. That's why I always recommend enlarging the minimap and keeping a constant eye on it. There I saw him on the minimap before I saw him on my screen. That's why I was preemptively turning away. So by the time I saw him on my screen and the shells were already coming, I had already turned to safety. And with 500 HP, one single shell is enough to kill me. So that's something, well, that applies to all cruiser play, not just the Atago, of course, but I figured I might throw that out there since that was such a good example of how it looks like in game. You see them in the minimap and then you see them in game. They turned red, of course, in the minimap. Now we have managed to turn this into our victory, it appears. Gonna see if I could maybe get this Bayern. I'm not too worried about dying now since I know we got this win in the bag. You can see the incredible stuff. His guns are aimed this way. He's obviously expecting me, so I don't want to shoot yet. Okay, his guns are aimed the other way. Oh, he didn't shoot. Shit. He held his fire. That's unfortunate. Is he gonna... Because if he turns for me now, then I'm pretty screwed. Yep. Okay, I'm dead. That was unfortunate. He didn't shoot. I should have waited. I was maybe a second too early. If he hadn't shot... If he had shot, then I would have his reload to play around with. But because he saved his guns, or saved his fire, he was able to kill me off. But it shouldn't be too bad. He's being wrecked. Because he turned to shoot me, he gave a lot of broadside to our other battleship. And with his HP, he can't do anything about it. And I think my torp's looking pretty decent. Oh, am I gonna get the 6th kill here? Oh, this torp is looking real good. This might be my 6th kill. Oh, what a tease! What a tease! Oh well. Anyway, the game ended in our victory. Managed to squeeze it out. It was a very close game. Of course, the credits are quite fantastic since I had a good game and this is a premium ship, so you end up getting that big credit. XP wise, quite good considering I didn't actually cap anything, so this was pure kill XP. If I had gotten a solo cap or two in there, I could easily broken 3000 XP. So definitely a good game. And you can see here just how much damage I tanked. Total damage received 64,000. If you consider you start the battle with 40k, you can, that's how much effective HP you can squeeze out of the ship if you play it safely. And of course, the cost 70k for dying. I play more for my premium consumables than I do for actually dying. So the actual profit I made with premium was 700k. Anyway, let's move on to the modules. Alright, as usual I will start with the modules. Seeing as this is a premium, you don't really need to pick anything. Consumable wise, please get the premium damage control for 22.5k and the premium heal. Mostly because you get an additional charge and you get a lower cooldown. Both things which are excellent and you will easily spend them. And considering it's a premium ship, it's well worth the investment to get a better game. You don't need premium AA or premium fighter, I just use it because I have a ridiculous amount of cash. Upgrade wise, main armaments, it improves your guns and your torps, so what's there not to take? Aiming system, once again, the only real option here. Sometimes I used to get asked to use AA guns mod for clan wars. Now, that's simply to increase the range of your biggest AA guns. For those that aren't aware, when you use defensive AA, the panic radius scales based on your longest range anti-air. So this would buff my AA from 5 to 6 kilometers, meaning the panic spread from 5 to 6. Steering gears, because you actually tend to lose the rudder quite a bit on the ship. so get the steering gears mod for this one. It's quite frustrating when the rudder breaks when your repair is on cooldown, so I actually ended up using this one instead of damage control system because it became too much of a liability. Steering gears mod to get your rudder shift down to 6.5 seconds, and damage control, no, you have too much of a stealth. Propulsion mod, not really, because you shouldn't be stopping that much in the ship anyway. And finally, concealment system mod for that, getting that glorious 9.1 stealth. Basics of survivability, captain perks wise, expert marksman, and superintendent for that additional heal. But for this one, this is my ZAO captain, so I can use the exact same build on my T10 Japanese cruiser. Demolition expert and concealment expert, and then with the last 3 points you can get vigilance. This works perfectly on my ZAO and perfectly on my Atago, so this ship is excellent for that. Anyway, that was my Atago commentary. I hope you enjoyed it.